What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm and Farming Simulator 15. So as you can see, we're down here at the pig and beef, well, the beef facility at the moment, because I have a whole bunch of animals to sell. And as you can see, we're down to $32,000. Kind of need the money. So I want to get these sold off in this episode. I also want to go pick up our new tractor that we're going to demo. As you guys may remember from the last episode, Ian Blake, farmer from around the area, expressed some interest in the Ford, and I was getting nervous about the Ford, and I was holding on to it for as long as I could, but I realized it was time for it to go. So he came down and picked it up. I gave him a fair price for it, And we have to go down and pick up our new piece of equipment that the dealer has just been absolutely gushing about. He's been, I guess he flew out to wherever this thing was made, took a look at it firsthand, watched a bunch of videos. He brought videos back that I went and watched, and it is an interesting piece of equipment. So we're going to be picking that up at some point during this episode as well. You may see off in the distance there. In fact, if I hop out of the tractor, you may see a new addition. This is a straw shredder. If you remember from the last episode, I was having all kinds of trouble getting milk and straw into the calf pens. Well, I figured it out. Unfortunately, it only takes bulk straw, so I can't use bales. I don't want to go and start storing a bunch of bulk straw. I like bales. They're easier for me. So I decided, you know what? Could I have just used my mix wagon? Yes. I didn't realize that until after I bought this. You know me. Don't remember anything. But at least we have it now, so we can spread straw into the calf pens. In the dairy barns and in the pig and beef barns, I can use the bale extension shred function, but it doesn't work in the calf rearing pens. So the calf rearing pens are up. We'll have calves in, I think, 3 days. I think is how long it takes. So that will be good. Still have soil mod set to 2 days per growth cycle, so I've spread herbicide on everything. Everything's pretty much done with that. The only thing that hasn't been done is the potatoes, which I'm going to do, but I want to use my new piece of equipment for that, so that'll give me a good chance to test it out and everything, I say new piece of equipment. I'm basically getting it on a demo, and if I like it, obviously I'll keep it. If I don't, then, it can go back or whatever, so. My favorite place in the world to load animals from. Although, having done it a few times now, I'm a little bit better at it. So, just got to get it back far enough to catch the trigger. I mean, obviously that's not good for the drawbar on the, the hitch on the tractor or the drawbar on the trailer to have it turn that much, but don't really have much choice, so. All right, get in there. What's the story here? I know I have animals in here. I have a bunch of them. As you can see, I was just looking at them. These are pigs. Beef. Yeah, I have 19 and 19. So why can't I load? Does this actually have to be unfolded and open for this to load? I've never had that problem before. Whoop, whoop. Oh, whoops. Am I missing something here? I don't think so. Why is nothing working all of a sudden? I've been having nothing but trouble with Farm Sim for the last couple of days. You guys may, if you guys saw the video, now I can't back up. Oh, because of this thing, right? If you guys saw the video of me chopping corn on the MIG map, it's been one of my favorite maps for a very long time. But since the update, the map just won't load. It just will not load no matter what I do. Mods, no mods, whatever. So that had to go. I've been having a lot of issues with a lot of things. Oh, do I have to take the cover off of this? Is that how this works? I never remember. I know I have 19 animals in here that need to be loaded up, so. There we go. Jeez. I mean, really? Some days, right? Some days you just have a hard time doing anything. And apparently this is going to be one of those days. So, okay. Well, anyway, crisis averted. We are loading our animals. I believe it will hold all 19. Yep. It's pretty full, though. It's going to take a couple of trips. That's fine. Not a big issue with that. So, go ahead, get that loaded back up and off to the slaughterhouse. Although, you know what I'm thinking? I'm wondering if I should start selling these at my own store. The only problem with that is I'm going to need to get a permit. We have a permit to sell, groceries, produce, and sort of sundry items, jams and jellies and butter and things like that. But I don't have a permit to sell meat just yet, and I don't think that I'm definitely not just going to go and say, hey, we're gonna open up a slaughterhouse and blah blah blah. So I guess we'll take it to the to our approved slaughterhouse, the place we always sell our animals to, and I'll see. I hopefully, with all the nonsense that's going on in the area, hopefully I can get a permit to sell these. We will see. So, oh, I left the JCB running. Awesome. Okay, well, obviously I'm a millionaire, so I can afford to just let stuff run. I was walking the fields this morning when I first came down to the farm, and everything is in pretty good shape. The soil moisture on a couple of fields is down to nothing, but as you would expect, no rain, no moisture. So even with the herbicides, it'll raise it a little bit, but it won't get it up to anywhere near where it's supposed to be. But okay, it is what it is. It's going to be a very interesting harvest. I'll be very curious to see how the yields are affected, how the money issue is affected, because obviously I have bank payments I have to make. I have to pay taxes, and there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen. For with the money that I make. So if I don't make very much, well, something's going to have to give. Probably want to slow down, considering I'm carrying live animals. I don't want to be bashing them around inside the trailer. Gonna have to feed the cows. I think the pigs and the beef are all set for right now. So probably what we'll do is, this is going to take quite a few trips because, like I said, I have pretty much a full load in each barn. So probably get these sold off and then go pick up our new tractor, and a couple of implements that I'm going to need to use it. So I always forget to not come this way. You'd think I would learn with as many trips as I've taken down here. But okay, very good. Gonna need to get another cut on this grass pretty soon too. Maybe tomorrow we could do that, I guess. Tomorrow I'll get, it'll be all hands on deck, cutting and raking and, tedding and raking and then baling, I guess, because the grass situation's getting a little desperate, so. All right, let's try not to crash into anything here. Especially with this trail. This trail is so long. You think I would know better than to come in this way, but okay. Luckily, this case turns very well, so. All right, get this to where it will unload. And again, got to repeat the process in reverse. I think. Or am I just not far enough on the trigger, perhaps? Oh, there we go. Okay. Just wasn't far enough on the trigger. Bye, cows. So. Yep, I just want to make sure I'm actually getting paid for them. I know Mike was having an issue with that. I apparently am not. I am getting paid, for each animal. So, again, it's not a ton, but it's something. And worth it to me in the long run. So. That's going to fold up automatically now. Very good. And put the cover back on. And off we go. Okay, very good. So that was about $8,000. What were we at? 32, and we're at 41 now. So what's that? $9,000. Not too shabby for 19 cows, I guess. 19 beef cattle. So I will certainly take it. I'm still not 100% certain what they did with the new patch. I couldn't seem to find a change log anywhere. Although, to be honest, did I really hunt for it? Not really. I'm sure it's on the Farming Simulator, official website. I just didn't bother. I assumed it had something to do with the fact that I believe the wheel... Does the wheel ship... No, the wheel doesn't ship today, right? the Gold Edition DLC was released today, I guess. Again, am I going to get it? Maybe, maybe just to complete the collection, I guess. At some point I will get it. I don't have it today, on release day. I know a lot of people have already made videos about it, so you guys have, definitely get to see what it looks like and whatnot, and decide for yourselves if you want to buy it or not. I may get it, like I said, just to complete the collection, but I'm not in any massive rush for it, When I do get it, if it's really cool, there may be a series on it. I don't know. We'll see. Right now I'm really focused on Old Ridge, Waldecker, I don't know what to tell you about that, guys. I don't know. It's a great map, and I feel bad because you guys, I said, hey, let's, you guys pick VP's next map, and, and I've kind of really let that slide, and I really need to get back to it. But there are just times when I just don't feel like playing on that map for some reason, and I don't know what it is. The map is great. It's a fabulous map, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an idiot, I guess, but I really need to put some time into that. In fact, once I'm done with this episode, I'm going to go record a bunch of episodes on Waldecker because you guys deserve that. So, okay, time to drive through the hedge now because I'm not messing with this. So, there's no real way to do this without going through the hedge. I have discovered anyway. So, I should just take this hedge down, but I don't own this bit, so I can't really do that. I didn't really get a good lineup on this, did I? Not really. Nope. One of these days I'm going to break one of these doors, and I'm going to be in serious trouble. It's going to cost me some money to replace them, so... Oh, you want to put the gate down, please. Got to be stopped for it to unload. There we go. There we go. The noise they make when they get on the trailer is kind of funny. Oh. This will be another 19. I'm kind of glad that I waited to these pretty much filled up, until I got a whole trailer load to sell them. I think it's just more, it makes more sense to do it that way, as opposed to, driving back and forth with 4 or 5 in there. Because the money's not that great that, you're wanting to take, 4 or 5 down to the slaughterhouse. But a full load is definitely worth it, so. Oh, I suppose I could have ran over and turned off the JCB, huh? Oh, well. Still kind of tired, It's 8 o'clock in the morning in Old Ridge. It's 11:45 in the real world, as you can see. Not a whole lot going on in the area as far as the cult and everything goes. It's been kind of quiet. I think everybody's waiting for the bishop to come. And that, like I said in the last episode, the bishop coming and whatever he does with the vicar, whether he, I don't know what's going to happen, obviously. And I think the community is kind of holding its breath, to see what happens with that. And then I do believe, depending on the outcome of that meeting, there may be some action taken on this whole situation. But for right now, it's real quiet, so. I kind of want to send out a public apology to the Old Ridge Police, too, because I didn't mean to accuse them of anything, but I sort of did. And it certainly, that was not the case. The Old Ridge Police have been awesome, and they have put up with me on multiple occasions. So, and I want to make sure that nobody thinks that that I've been unfair to the Old Ridge Police, because they have been great. So. Oh, is it ever going to rain again on Old Ridge? It's got to rain eventually, right? It's got to. It's been, 3 years since we've had any real rain, and geez, I'm kind of surprised, actually, that the cult hasn't blamed that on me. You know what I mean? And maybe they will. Maybe, who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe they'll write up something and, be like, oh, it's your fault that it hasn't rained in 3 years. God is mad and, blah, 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 or some silliness like that, That would be interesting, but pretty much hasn't rained since I've gotten to Old Ridge, I guess, so it's not my fault, I promise. It's just we're in an odd weather pattern, and it's got to change eventually. So now, it's not so much even the inside turn; it's this turn here that I tend to scrape that wall. But I've been pretty good about that. So, all right, now get up into the trigger, take the cover off, open that up. I don't have to take the cover off to unload apparently, but it's just I kind of want to get in the habit of it because I do need to do it to load them. So, and down you go, and hit Q. It's a beautiful sunny day here on Old Ridge. I would prefer it be raining, but at least it's a pretty day, I guess, right? So, you know, there's not much you can do about it. If it's going to rain, it's going to rain. If it's not going to rain, it's not going to rain. You know, obviously there's... Oop, I think didn't want to wait for that cow to come off the gate. Oh. Okay, put the cover back on, jump back in, and we'll go get the pigs. I just realized I need to put fuel in this, too. This thing is pretty fuel efficient. I'll give it that. You know, for the amount of use that it gets, it's got just 19 hours on it now, and I have only filled it once, so I'm pretty happy about that. I should be able to run back and forth to the pigs, back to the slaughterhouse before I have to fill it up again. So we'll get the pigs sold off, and then we'll go pick up our new piece of equipment. And I guess, depending on what time it is, well, you know what? We'll probably spray the potato fields anyway because they need to be done. It's the last field that needs to be sprayed. Oh, I don't know what goes on potatoes. Could it be A, like sugar beets? Could that be what it is? I need to call Nick. I need to call Nick, my seed rep, and have him tell me. I'm such a doofus. You know, you'd think I would have left that little reference card that he gave me in the tractor that I used to spray with. Did I know? It's sitting on my desk in the house, of course. So, well, you know what? There's a good chance that those potatoes are probably going to need PK too. The end should be okay, but they're probably going to need PK. So maybe just for now, I'll spread PK on them, and then I'll run back to the house, grab the reference card, and get the right herbicide on the potatoes so I don't kill them by accident. I need to program that into this onboard computer, I think. Got to be a way to do that. I barely use that thing either, you know. You go buy these tractors with all these features, and then you don't really use them, and it's kind of silly, considering the amount of money you have to spend on them. You know what I mean? You know, obviously I had to get a loan for it, you know, so it's interest and everything else. You know, vehicle tax and all that stuff. You might as well take advantage of all the features that they have. Alright, pigs. Now, let's see. What's going to be the best way? Well, we'll just do it the way we always do it. The way that it works, you know, the best. We'll jump out, though. Because even with the mirrors, I wouldn't be able to see around the back of this trailer anyway, because it's so long, so. Open it up. Get it lined up. Sorry if I go quiet there for a minute, just concentrating on backing up. There we go. Open up the doors. Oh, it's going to load regardless. The pigs would just jump in. They're so happy. They're like, yes, we're leaving. Yeah, you know, guys don't know where you're going, though. Oh. You wouldn't be jumping in the back of this trailer if you knew where you were going. Okay, very good. 18. Not worth, you know, going around and getting the next getting one pig to fill it up. So we'll just do 2 trips. That'll be fine. Whoop. Easy, 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 easy. I don't want to hook the that big marble slabs that fence is attached to. I've done that before. That'll pop a tire in a minute, and these big tires are not cheap. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to do. Oh, there is one other thing, but I'll probably do that in the next episode. Gonna trade in our Marshall trailer for another trailer. Not because I need to. There's nothing wrong with the Marshall. There's another trailer that I really like that I want to use, so I may get rid of the Dezor too. I don't really use it for anything. I kind of just use it for potatoes. Actually, I'll probably use it for sugar beets. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll just use it for earth fruits, I guess. Potatoes and sugar beets, I think that probably makes sense. And keep the new trailer for grain. So. Although now that I've said that, I wonder if I should keep the Marshall and buy this new trailer. Having 2 grain trailers, do I need 2 grain trailers at the moment? Not really. I only have the 1 combine. It's not like I can have two fields being harvested at the same time. And our yield, because these fields are not very big, our yield is never so great that the combine, that 1 trailer will be full, and then go and unload while the combine is full, waiting for another trailer. So I think economically wise, it doesn't make any sense to have 2 trailers. So. Here goes BP just thinking out loud again, right? I'm trying to think ahead, because I just know, and everybody's talking about it, when we get together anywhere, the pub, the stores, the seed store, the dealer, anywhere, this place, all anybody's talking about is yield. Everybody's just working as hard as they can to try to get as much yield as we can. We know it's not going to be great. Contract prices, projected prices are already down. So I don't know. Now, one sort of thing that may happen is because there's going to be less supply and the demand hasn't changed any. Not this season, but next season the prices may go up. Assuming any of us survive to next season, I guess. So. Take that off, open that up. I don't have to open this up, but I just think it makes sense, Again, you've got it, you might as well use it, so. Goodbye, pigs. Oh, I'm drinking so much coffee this morning. I had a rough time sleeping. As you guys know, I've said this in a couple of videos now. I've had a toothache for about 3 weeks, and it's getting to the point now where I'm going to have to take some action to get it out of there. I'm just going to have to rip it out or, do whatever I got to do to get it out because it's really bothering me. It's affecting my sleep and everything else. It's making me lisp, as you probably just heard. Oh, $4,500? Yeah, not shabby. So, not too shabby at all. I'll take it for, obviously it's worth. Whoops. Oh, good. I hit the wrong button, but it has to be. The cover has to be off apparently for it to unload in the unload section. So, because I've done that before too. I've hit the wrong button and unfolded the back and dragged it down the road with me and not realized it. So, there I go, hitting that tree again. I could take that tree down, but I don't want to. I don't want to flatten out all my fields and open them up and leave no trees around them or anything. It's just, I'm not going to Americanize my farm. So, plus these trees, they provide habitats for birds and things like that. So, just like the hedge, a lot of things live in the hedge, and I don't want to disturb any more of that than I absolutely have to. Keeping the land the way that it's always been, it's important to every farmer. You know what I mean? Obviously, we make our living off the land, so but the rest of it is a big deal too. The heritage of the area, the habitats for the animals and everything. I don't want to disturb any of that. So, I know how important all that is, all that balance is. As a farmer, so and especially you need the animals that the smaller animals, the snakes and things like that eat the bugs that will eventually eat your crop. So and if I get a rabbit once in a while in my fields, okay, that's fine. They got to eat too. So I don't really grow anything that rabbits that that will eat anyway. So I don't have a badger problem down here. As far as badgers getting into my my dairy cows and things like that. So I don't really have that issue down here, which is nice. Haven't had any issue with diseases in my animals. No tuberculosis, none of that. So no hoof and mouth. Nothing really going on with that, which is great. I haven't had to quarantine any of my cows, any of my pigs, any of my animals at all. So I've been fortunate with that. Of course, I do have the vet come down. Once a month for the dairy cows, twice a year for these animals. They get immunized and vaccinated, and they get checked up and everything. I want to take care of them. It's my job, sort of as a steward of them. To take care of them. So. All right, last trip, and then we can go do the fun stuff. Not that this isn't fun, but this is more of a needs to be done as opposed to a maybe a glamorous job. It's not a glamorous job certainly, but hey, it needs to be done, so we're gonna do it. Should probably wash this tractor too. It's been a while since it's been washed. It's kind of dirty, again, because it's such a fancy tractor, I kind of want to keep it clean. It's just difficult, obviously, because it's in the dirt and it spends a lot of its time, in the fields and everything, and it's going to get filthy. So, can I put the cover back on? Yes, I can. All right. I'm gonna have to do some maneuvering to get out of here now. That's fine. I suppose I could take this section of fence down and just drive through there. That may not be. I may actually look at that. Maybe what I could do, instead of that fence, which is kind of ugly. I get why it's there. It's just not the prettiest thing in the world. What I may do is maybe I could take the fence down on that side and put up a hedge. That would replace some of the hedge that I've taken down over the course of the time that I've been here. And, get rid of a kind of an eyesore and give me a little room to move around over there. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe we'll do that come winter. Obviously, I'm not going to have time to do it during the season. But come, after harvest and after all the, fall cultivation and everything. And if I decide to replant alfalfa as a cover crop, which I probably will, even though, in game terms it causes a lot of lag. But I'd like to have something on the fields over the winter, so... yeah, so maybe they will do that. Will I remember to do that? I doubt it, unless I write it down. But that may not be a bad idea. I'm really hoping that I can make enough money this year to, obviously the bank's going to take their bit regardless of how much money I make. You know what I mean? They're going to base their payment based on the yield and everything and all that. So, but hopefully I can make enough money to buy at least one more field, or lease one more field, or buy one more field, depending on how how it works out. Because I want to keep expanding this farm, but if I don't make any money this year, I don't know. I don't want to give up. I'm not going to go through one bad year and then say, okay, that's it, I'm done. You know what I mean? It would take more than one, but if it gets to the point where I can't, pay the bank and I can't pay my, what I owe and everything, make my equipment payments and all that, then that may end up having to be, when I say, okay, maybe it's time to get a for sale sign on the farm. So, you guys may remember that I was thinking about selling the farm, moving back to America, to help my buddy. He's doing great. He's got a gigantic farm over there, basically soybeans and wheat. Soybeans being a very good cash crop. Do the massive amounts of exports. 90% of the soybeans that he grows get exported anyway. So he's doing very well. He's got a full crew over there now. Still calls me once in a while. It's like, hey man, you gotta come. You still should come by and help me. You come back and whatever. But I like it out here so much that I'm really not in a rush to get back to America. So. Okay, last load of pigs. Yay! And N and X. I guess if I just hit unload, it would have dropped that by itself. But whatever. I'm just in the habit of doing it now, so I'm going to keep doing it. And we'll unload those. A couple $100 a pig, couple hundred. I mean, obviously I could look it up, right? It'll tell me what pigs are selling for. I won't have to keep guessing. Let's see, pigs. Pigs. Oh yeah, can't scroll that, BP. Pig, $250 a ton. Okay, yeah, not bad. Obviously, beef are worth a little bit more, but okay. Oh, very good. And there we go. Very good. Oh, can't put the cover on until the gate's up, obviously. $60,214. Very good. That's perfect. Now, if I was not lazy, I would drive this back and park it. But you know what? What we're going to do is, since we're right here at the main farm, and we have to go over to the shop anyway, I'm going to just park this over at the main farm. I will bring it back afterwards. So I think we're on to 31 minutes now. You know what? Just to keep these episodes, and I get it that this episode was, a little repetitive, just driving back and forth to the slaughterhouse, but it obviously needed to be done. So what I think I'll do is this. I think I will, we'll go pick up our new piece of equipment at least. And then we will, in the next episode, we'll spray the potatoes. By that time, the rest of the fields will need to be done something with too. So we'll probably use our new piece of equipment to spray everything, just to get a feel of how it works and everything. So anyway, do we drive over to the shop or do we just cheat it? Let's just cheat it. Let's go into the mods here. Go into tractors. And if you guys haven't guessed already, by the way, I've been talking about it as soon as I find it. It is the Transidor. Yay, this thing. If you guys remember, it's not even been that long ago. Caravera76 did a mod showcase on this. This is a neat thing, and it's a real thing, too. I watched a bunch of videos on it about how it works. It's really cool. Now, what I don't know is this is the actual tractor. I don't want a crawler. It's only $15,000, so it's not ridiculously expensive. So we're going to buy that. Oh, we get to pick a color. I don't know what color it comes default. I think I want a red one, just because everything else on the farm is red, sort of. So, okay. Now, there's a bunch of stuff that comes with it, too, obviously. But what I need is, I need to go back to the actual shop. I think it's under sprayers. Yep, I need... Now, I'm not sure how this works. This is like a front tank for this thing. So, it's only $500, so let's buy that. Now, I don't know... default color. Well, it's fertilizer, so we should probably get it in, say, green. Okay. Now, I don't know how the actual sprayer works. That's a lime tank, which I don't really need. I know it has a sewing machine. It has its own planter, but I don't see myself doing a lot of planting with this. I may, but not right at this moment. I think it has a cultivator, too. Yep, it does. It obviously doesn't have a tipper. Now, what I don't know is how does the is there anything in MISC? How does the sprayer work? Can you hook a regular sprayer up to this? I don't know. Well, you know what? Let's go get it and find out, I guess, right? Instead of sitting here going, oh, I don't know how it works. Well, let's go find out how it works. There we go. Oh, I was right there. I could have just jumped out of this. Oh, well, that works out perfectly, actually. Give me a chance to shut that off. And turn that off and probably lower this. Well, while we're here, you know what? Let's just go look. Yeah, so obviously I got the milk in. The milk I put in by adding a trigger to the milk tank in the area of the milk tank over at the dairy farm. And I want to thank Mike, Reefy1952, for the suggestion for that. And for everybody else who left me suggestions about that as well. Thank you very much. I'm glad I finally figured that out. And then the straw, well, I put a round bale in the straw shredder, brought it over here, blew it in here. It worked just fine. So this is your visual indication that there's straw in here, that you have a straw bale in there. So as you can see, I have 1 day and 23 hours on all my calves. So they have milk and straw. Hopefully I'll get over here. I'll remember to get over here to show you them when they mature. If not, they're just going to go into the cow herd anyway. So the dairy herd, I should say. Okay, let's go get our new piece of equipment once I scroll around to get it. Okay. And there it is. There's the Transidor. So it's a funky piece of equipment. Basically, what happens is it's sort of designed, I guess, to you can obviously put a bunch of implements on it, and instead of them going on the back, they're designed to go in the middle of the or the front of the piece of equipment for weight transfer, for maneuverability, for things like that. But you know what? The dealer knows me. He knows I'm into sort of funky stuff. And when this became available, he was like, "Oh, this is straight up your street." So I don't know anything about this. I did watch a video on how it works and everything. It's a little complicated in the fact that there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of joints. You got to get this lined up just so. But we will figure all that out at some point. I don't even know how this goes on. How this goes on, to be honest, and how it works. I don't think you could just hook up a regular sprayer to this. So I'm not really sure how this all works, but we will figure it out. I know the tank goes up there somewhere. So I guess, for the very first part, we should probably try to figure out how this works. Well, not much to look at inside, but it wouldn't be. You wouldn't expect it to be. It's a very simple piece of machinery. So, okay. So let's see if we can get this worked out. Any chance you just sort of back up to this, maybe? I may need to watch Kara's video again, because again, I have absolutely no idea how this works. I saw it in his mod showcase, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I want it." Even though, do I really need something like this? No. But you know what? I'll be the first person in the Old Ridge area to have one. So, not that that really means a whole lot to me either, but I just thought it was cool. So, now, can I jump out and do something with this? I'm not going to fiddle with this forever. So you guys aren't listening to me basically just mumble to myself the whole time, because that wouldn't be fair to you guys. If I figure it out, I figure it out. If I don't, I don't. And I'll just go back and watch the video. I will say it's pretty maneuverable, though. I just wonder if this would steer in real life with those front wheels, or if it would be more of a skid steer kind of thing. I kind of believe it would be more of a skid steer kind of thing. But, it still works, so that's fine. I wonder. See, there's the hook points right there. Is it? What does all this do? Oh, that moves all that. Okay, I don't need any of that. One more try, and then I'm going to call it, and I'll just go watch the video again, because Kara does explain how this all works. Okay, anyway. I don't know. I'll figure it out, though. Obviously, if I'm going to use it, I'm going to have to figure it out. So, let's see. Does that want to be the... I think that wants to be the screenshot, huh? I should have parked it somewhere slightly different, though, so I didn't get the big, foolish JCB in the way. But, all right. Yeah, let's make that the screenshot. What do you think? And I'm sure you guys will all leave comments about how this thing works, because I'm sure most of you have probably tried it already. So I'll be looking forward to those as well. And there you go, guys. Again, I know not the most exciting episode in the world, but it's farming, and it was fun. The animals needed to be sold. On the next episode, we will be using this thing to spray once I figure out how it works, and hopefully to spray. And if not, then I will go watch Caravera's video again and have him explain it to me, because, he knows what he's doing and I don't. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for everything, for coming to the channel, for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, you saw Old Ridge Farming Simulator, you wanted to check it out, and you like what you see, make sure you click the like button. It helps me and the channel out a whole bunch. And also, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. It's the best way of being notified of when I make a video, which lately is pretty much every couple of days. So, there's always something to watch on the channel. 461 videos. They're not all great, but most of them are at least funny in some way or another. And thank you so much, guys, for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.